So finally, it looks like we're reaching the end of the Bruno Guimaraes saga, and I'm hoping this is the last time that I speak about it. 75 million to Arsenal. My God, it's been tedious. It can't be arsed for the emotional goodbye video. I'm going to start off by saying cheers for announcing this one on my birthday, Bruno. You couldn't have waited a day or so?
I know it's a tall order, and I'm not expecting sparkling, but let's give it a go, eh? As it is my fucking birthday!
So that one's ruined. Cheers, mate. But no, look, in all seriousness, I am happy to see the end of this story. It has gone on for far too long. 75 million, from a Newcastle point of view, maybe a slight undervaluation for how important Bruno is to this team. It's also worth remembering that Leon have a 20% sell-on clause. But then again, with Bruno being 28, you do have to remain reasonable. With Arsenal, I feel like they've lowballed the entire time. They did bid earlier and got firmly rejected. They've came back in with 75 million, which we have accepted, but I also feel that we've compromised with this one. It gives Bruno the move which he clearly wants, and Newcastle avoid another Isaac scenario, which I don't think was too far away. I hate bringing his name up, but here we are. I have been absolutely sick of seeing this story get repeated again and again every single day for weeks now. Transfer influencers, local media, people who have nothing to do with the clubs, everyone. It's just got boring. It had been said for weeks that Arsenal were ready to bid for the player, and they sat there and did nothing. All the chats of Arsenal and Bruno having direct contact behind the club's back, for me, that is absolutely disgusting. And like I say, it just got boring and tiresome, and I'm just happy to see the end of it now. Another summer of drama. Only Newcastle. Give credit where it's due though, Bruno did fly out to Spain to meet up with the Newcastle team for pre-season, and he did have a chat with Matthias Jaisler, which I do appreciate as a Newcastle fan. Sounds like they've had a face-to-face chat and they've both agreed to move on and go separate ways. And again, as happy I am to hear the end of this story, I feel like the way it's been played out has been absolutely appalling. And Bruno himself has stayed completely quiet throughout the whole thing. All it would have taken is for him to come out and say to the fans, I fancy a new challenge, I feel like I've done all that I can here, I need to move on. And we as fans, as hard as that would have been to hear, we would have understood in the end. So to hire these super agents and seemingly force a move yourself, from a bloke who says that he loves the club and you want to be a club legend here, to do all of that, I feel it's just very disrespectful. And like I've always said, I do not have a problem with anyone who doesn't want to play for this football club. I've always said, if you want to leave, there's the door, but please leave respectfully. But the way you've done this one, mate, your legacy goes up in smoke. But don't get me wrong, I appreciate Bruno Guimaraes as a player and everything he's done for this football club, and he will be extremely hard to replace. And can I understand the reason why Bruno wanted to leave? Yes, I can. I've said it before, he's 28-year-old. He has to be thinking to himself now, this is his last chance to be winning silverware and achieve what he wants to achieve. Arsenal have just won the Premier League and got the Champions League final in the same season. You can't fault any player's ambition for wanting to be part of something like that. And of course, as a Newcastle fan, it's heartbreaking to be losing a player like Bruno and the captain of the club. But at the end of the day, we're still Newcastle United and no one player is bigger than this team. I would love to sit here and think that we'll have a replacement ready for Bruno, but then again, we know we don't like doing things in a hurry. There's still a few weeks left of pre-season before the opener against Liverpool on the 23rd at St James's Park. There's a lot of work to be done, and only Newcastle United can sort that. In the meantime though, let us know what you think, Newcastle fans. If you can drop us all, it's much appreciated. Cheers for watching, and I'll catch you after.